Episode 12 of Night Night at Laura's is here. Let's go. What's up, guys? Hi. We're back with some other rambling of mine. Oh well. This one maybe we'll get somewhere. Who knows? So let me start at the very beginning. Not my beginning, the beginning. Roughly 14 billion years ago, everything that exists, every star, every ocean, every person who would ever live, you, me, this microphone, was compressed into a single point. Or so they say. And then it began. But it didn't begin with light. Light came later. In fact, it began with a sound, a vibration, the whole universe unfolding out of a single expanding note. Did you know? We are, all of us, literally the echo of that note still traveling. I did not make that up, by the way. Just to sound deep or moronic, up to you, on a podcast that barely anyone is listening to. I actually wrote it in my early 20s. It's the first line of my university thesis. Thesis as in final dissertation from back in Italy about the musical soul of African American women that I wrote as my final project for my bachelor degree at Ca' Foscari. I opened it with a big bang, for real. I got into the room, I sat in front of the whole examining board, and I clicked play on my laptop to make them hear the sound of the big bang. I had found it somewhere in the dark web, and I felt powerful. Because I already believed, before I had any right to, that sound isn't something that happens to us. Sound is what we're made of. Everything is vibration, right? Everything is frequency. Everything, down to the atom, is humming. Isn't that music? So tonight is a node to music. But I need you to understand that when I say music, I don't just mean a playlist of songs that we hear. I mean everything the universe is built out of. Every sound, everything musical, whether it's the sound of your voice or the ocean crashing on the shores, the birds singing. I have a treble clef tattooed on my shoulder. People assume it means I'm a musician, but I'm not, really. I don't play guitar, despite having had two till last month. Now one is gone. I can strum and play some chords, but I am not a guitar player, unfortunately. Same with the piano. I can play simple things, but I don't really play it properly. So why the clef? Because it's a symbol. A symbol for what saved my life and keeps doing it day after day. And no, it's not a metaphor. It's the truth. Like the real truth. It did save my life. It does save my life. There are times when life is heavy. I'm not going into details. I'm not here to trigger anyone or to discuss such sensitive topics. But just know that in those times, when nothing else can reach me, not logic, not people, not the things you're supposed to reach for, music can. And only music can do it. The way it fills up every cell of my body and every inch inside my skull is like medicine. Music is God in its purest form. And I wanted it tattooed on my skin because my infinite soul was not enough. Oxymoron, I know. Going back to the initial thought though, if everything is vibration, if you, at the level of physics, are a collection of frequencies holding a temporary shape, then music isn't decoration. Music is not just art. Music is one set of vibrations reaching another set of vibrations and changing it. And again, not a metaphor. That's just what sound does to a body. It's why a bass line lives in your chest. It's why the right song can drop your heart rate or lift it or break you open in a parking lot. You are an instrument, and basically music plays you. That's why it's therapeutic. Therapy like an actual mechanism. Sound can move through a nervous system and rearrange it. And I went with this idea and built a whole thing around it, but I'll tell you more later about this. I also got gifted a few books throughout the years by friends who didn't even know my thing for music, which I've stopped thinking is a coincidence because people keep pressing books about sound as healing into my hands like the universe is being extremely unsubtle. One is The Music of Life by Hazrat Inayat Khan. I'm sorry for butchering this name. I just say Hazrat, whose whole idea is that all of existence is vibration, that everything is, in a sense, music. And the other book is called Divine Attunement, as in tuning yourself like an instrument. And I'll leave the links for these in the post because they're worth a read for sure. But moving on. Every single morning, I wake up with a song in my head. Every single day. And it's a different song every day. Never the same one twice in a row. And often something I haven't heard in years or wouldn't have chosen, or I don't know, I can't explain it. I've spent years trying to solve this, like a little detective. Like, why is this happening to me? Does it happen to anyone else out there? Is it the last thing I heard the night before that just hit pause on the way to bed and resumes when I'm awake? Or, I don't know, is it my subconscious sending me a message? Is the song about something that I'm supposed to decode? Is it a sign for the day ahead? Should I be paying closer attention? I don't know. Science has a name for the general phenomenon. It's what they call an earworm, like a stuck song. And the involuntary ones are generally well documented. And your brain rehearsing a musical loop on its own, it's the thing. So that's the explanation someone normal would give, and the case is closed. But as we know, I'm not normal. I want to believe there's more to it. Because your brain does a loop, tells me the what, and I don't care about the what. I've decided on purpose, the same way I decide about everything in my life, to treat the morning song as a message worth reading. Because a life where the first thing that greets you every day is a song the universe picked is a better life than one where it's just neurons misfiring. And I get to choose which world I live in. I choose that one, alright? That's me. One more thing. Every time I have some piece of song that comes to mind, but can't really remember where it's from, and I can't find it anywhere because, I can't find it in my head, eventually I can find it somewhere, like either Spotify or whatever. And I find every song. I start from nothing. It's like a fragment of melody that arrives in my head with no title, not even words sometimes, like the lyrics that you can just look up the lyrics and you think, here it is. No, it's just part of the sound. Sometimes just 3 or 4 notes, or like a shape or a tone, or like a ding, 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 a feeling of a song. And it just drives me crazy. I have to find it, so I start going on a hunt. I try to hum it into the Google search thingy where you can hum it, and technically they say it could help you find it even if you just hum it. It doesn't really work, or not most of the times. And so I just start chasing, similar sounds from songs that I remember, something that actually reminds me of that piece of melody. And then just follow it down a spiral, note by note, association by association, until I find it. And I swear to God, it just can't come from anything. Like this one time, there was a song that was stuck in my head, just like a piece of it. And then eventually I found out that it was part of a soundtrack of a movie that I heard years and years ago. Or even an ad from like back in the days when the Coca-Cola advertising would pop up during Christmas time or something like that. So it could be either something that I heard once through a wall even, or something that I was listening to pretty often as a kid. And it just popped in my head all of a sudden now, like almost 40 years later. Isn't that cool? I don't know. I think it is. Yeah. And then I have to admit, every important person in my life left me some music. I know. I shouldn't say anything, but I don't think it's on purpose. It just happens. You love someone, you're shaped by someone, and music is a leitmotif right there. I mean, my brother kicked it off. We already mentioned this in previous episodes. Or, this I should say in Italian. Ha dato il la. La as in the note, the note La is A in English. And then good friends left me with songs and bands that I would carry with me forever. And even past lovers, partners, boyfriends, whatever. The important ones left some music too. When I need help or some sort of universal support, I don't get to choose which songs to hear. I let the randomness of life choose for me. When we were in Austria, like I said before, we hear Michaela's song, and that was the sign that she was there. Then when my grandma passed away and I wasn't there, right after I got my permanent residency here in the US, her voice came to mind exactly in the moment when I got the text about her passing, and Yellow by Coldplay was playing in my headphones. The song that says, "Look how the stars, look how they shine for you." And that was my grandma. Like, I heard it in my grandma's voice. And then obviously Linkin Park, my savior band, and Chester. So when I need confirmation or when I need support or whatever, one of their songs comes to the radio. I swear to God, either the radio or wherever I'm at. If I'm at a bar, I hear it. Maybe I was just talking to a friend of mine and I just said something, and maybe I was doubting whatever I was saying, and the song comes up and I said, shit, there you go. That's my sign. I mean, listen to this. What are the odds that in the middle of nowhere in Australia, while I'm broke and broken, I would rent a car and the only song saved in the media section of the car was Blackbirds by Linkin Park, which was a B-side, by the way. Like a song that it's not even that common. You open the door, you sit in the car, you turn on the car, and the song starts playing, and you're like, wait, is this on the radio? No, it's not. It was the only song that someone downloaded, and it was in the car. Oh my God, so weird. I swear to God, it's something that I will keep telling for the rest of my life. How is that a coincidence? That was more of, we got you, girl. Or like, you're just running errands, doing your things. A person comes to mind, and then there's a song that comes up right next. A few seconds later, it's a song that is linked to that person. Like, I remember that I was thinking about this friend of mine. I don't remember exactly where I was, if it was like an airport or like a public space or whatever, but I think about this person, and then 3 seconds later, this song starts playing, and it's the song that we used to listen to together when we were younger. Come on. Why can't I believe that music is how we, our souls, whatever, stay connected? After us, after everything, after the mortal condition gets to you, we vibrate and we make music with our souls. So who tells me that if a song just reminded you of me today, that wasn't my actual soul speaking to yours? Humor me. I'll be waiting for your explanation. If you think of me, that's my soul, and I'm talking to you. Music saves us, people. Remember that, all right? Years ago, I made a fan video for 30 Seconds to Mars. Don't ask. The song was Closer to the Edge. Just really, don't ask me why. I just did it because there was a competition or something. They were asking for lyrics video. And so I filmed my little cousin and her friends holding lyrics in our Italian countryside. And I made it so it was clear that the message was that music saves lives. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it. It's raw and real, nothing fancy, just 4 young women from Italy having fun in a small town near Venice. But again, music was the whole point. One of the girls' mothers thanked me for that too. It was really emotional because she said that she was scared at the idea of having her daughter on the screen before I showed her the final video. And then she said thank you because it was emotional and beautiful to watch. So, there's that. And since music heals, going back to what I mentioned earlier, here I am filing a patent request for a tool that I'm sure will help people in the future. But that's a story for another night. When I went to see, when I went to experience Cages in downtown LA back in 2020, one of the lines of the show said, "She was his muse, he was her music." It's something that stuck with me. I think it will always be there till someone will come be exactly that for me. I thought it was finally happening recently, but life has weird ways to get to you, and so now I'm still waiting for that. Once again, she was his muse, he was her music. How wonderful is this? So again, this was from Cages. If you haven't heard of it, just Google it. It was a spectacular event. I can't say it's a show, it's a mix of things. The music, the theatrical, everything. Just look it up. Cages, downtown LA. I mean, I could go on for hours to talk about music, you guys, so I'll close it here. I just wanted to have this ode, or part of it. I bow to the sound the universe started with, and the song that started me over. We are made of vibration, like I said. We are temporary, gorgeous arrangement of frequencies. And that means we are tunable. That on the days the arrangement goes wrong, there is a sound somewhere that can move through you and set it right. It won't fix everything, but it will sit with you in the dark and stay until it passes. Because it did for me, and I'm sure it would do it for you too. You just have to stop and listen. Even in the silence, even in the deafening silence of the quietest place on earth, there will always be sound. It could be the beat of your heart. It could be the blood flowing in your veins. Silence has nothing against pure sound and frequency and vibration. I would almost say silence doesn't even exist. My song isn't over. Our song isn't over. Let it reach you. All right? Stay for the next one. And in those moments when you forget about listening to your muse, also known as music, because, well, it happens, Sometimes there are periods of time where you're not actually listening to music for whatever reason. Maybe you're not feeling it. It's okay. Don't worry. She never left you. She was just waiting patiently for you to find yourself again, to heal, to feel well enough to turn on that song again and play it once more. You and the sun together. You and music together again. Music will always be there. La musica, la musica. Quando la musica non è più musica, la musica diventa magia. Music. When music is no more music, it becomes magic. This was Franchino, an old DJ from back in the days in the techno world. Because yes, I used to go to the club. And he used to say this thing during the nights when you would go out and party and dance and listen to music. And it was just magical. Cringe for many, but words mean something. And those words meant something for me. They were always on point. That spoke to me back when I was a teenager, because I would just get lost in music. And it's real. It would turn into magic. Anyway, that's it for now. From Night Night Aloras, a podcast about everything and nothing, which tonight was actually about that one thing that's underneath everything. It is all. Once again, good night.